Okay, so the last time I was here, my questions were very easy, right? But today my questions are going to be a mixture of harder ones and easier ones, okay? So my first question for you today is, when you think about the top computer chip companies in the world, what company comes to mind? Anyone? The top computer chip company in the world? Who? You got to raise your hand. Oh no, it's not Intel anymore. It's not AMD either. It's a trick question. Neither of these two. NVIDIA, correct. Come. Hey guys, a girl got this one, huh? Come. Pick anything you want. Take anything you want. Okay. Well done. So, she's right, because NVIDIA is now the world's most valuable company. It's the first $4 trillion US company in the world, and it's kicked Apple down from first to second to third place now. Apple is not the world's most valuable company anymore. And what is the product that made NVIDIA the world's most valuable company? Anyone? What made NVIDIA the world's most valuable company? What made NVIDIA the world's most valuable company? Anyone? Hands up? Yes. Yes, in a way, yes, you're right. It's a graphics card, but it's used more for AI. Come. More accurately, it's the GPU that they buy hundreds and thousands of these chips, and they sit in server farms that power your ChatGPT, your DeepSeek. Well, not DeepSeek probably, but ChatGPT, yes. And this one is the latest generation, the H200, and it's so advanced that the US government has stopped NVIDIA from selling this chip to China. The ones that NVIDIA are selling to China are the lower end ones, like the H10, H20. This is the top of the line. But you know, despite how complex and how advanced this chip is, all of us have something that's more complex than this. What do we have that's more complex than this? Hands up. I heard someone answer, but I need to see a hand. Come, someone answer. What do we have that's more? Yes. Our brain. Yes, you're right. Come. Pick anything. Okay. He went for the biggest one. Good. Okay. So, he's right. Our body and our brain definitely is more complex than even this advanced NVIDIA chip. But let me ask you today, what are the most complex organs in your body? So brain obviously is number one, right? Anyone can give me other organs in the body that are more complex than the most complex organs in your body? Anyone? What are the complex organs in your body? Faculty, you can correct me after the speech, not now. Huh? Anyone? What are the complex organs in your body? After the brain, what else? Yes? Our heart. Okay, one of top 5. Come. Okay, one more. That's not the... Yes. Lungs, not in my top 5 list. Liver, come. Okay, but we are not yet hitting the top 2, you know. Anyone decide? Complex organs of the body. Come on. Oh, yes. Kidney, yes, top 5. Come. Just take something. Okay, I only got 2 left. Okay, so last answer for this one. But I'm actually looking for the number 2 complex organ in the body. What's the second most complex organ in the body? Anyone? Number 2. If not, I'm going to take this for myself. Anyone? Come, try. Yes, eye, correct, come. Well done. Okay. So left, yeah, okay. Thank you. Yeah. If you had answered earlier, you get the better prizes. Well, I want to thank Madam Noy. Some of these are from her office. I went to Churi from her office. So, okay. So, you're right. The eye is the second most complex organ in the body after the brain. And let me share with you some interesting facts about the eye, all right? So, first of all, according to the New York State's Optometric Association, 80% of our brain's processing power is processing the information from our vision. In fact, there are more than 1 million nerves connecting our eye to our brain. But despite so many nerves connecting our eye to our brain, there are no pain nerves inside the eye. That's why if you have things like glaucoma or macular degeneration, you don't feel it. You can have irreversible permanent eye damage before you realize it because you don't feel any pain in your eye. And your eyes are amazing things. They focus 50 times a second. So when you look at something near and you look at something far, immediately it's in focus. 50 times a second your eyes are focusing. And it is also, the covering of it is the fastest contracting muscle in your body. Your blinking of your eye is the fastest contracting muscle in your body. It takes only 1/100th of a second for it to blink. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, the orbicularis oculi, did I pronounce that right, faculty? So anyway, that's the fastest contracting muscle in your body. And you know what the Bible says about your eye? The Bible says in Luke 11 that your eye is the lamp of the body. So it says that when your eye is healthy, your whole body is full of light. But when it is bad, your body is what? Full of darkness. So your eye is really connected to your brain, is connected to your whole body, is connected to your soul. And so this is, the Bible describes the eye really like an entrance to our hearts and our minds. And they provide a doorway into our souls. So when Jesus referred to good eyes, he didn't mean you have perfect 20/20 vision. He meant eyes that see well, but also perceive well. And it's not what we see, but how we perceive what we see that makes the difference between godliness and ungodliness, between light and darkness. Bad eyes, in other words, bad perception, it makes our body filled with darkness, because when we look at things in the wrong way, we will perceive it wrongly and it changes our whole outlook, all right? And it lets us walk around in the darkness and results in stumbling and falling and looking for something secure to hang on to. Now, Albert Einstein once said, the most important decision we make is whether we believe we live in a friendly or hostile universe. Now, I don't agree it's the most important decision we make, but I do believe it's an important decision. That whether or not we believe we live in a friendly or hostile universe really changes our outlook. Because if we believe that we live in a universe filled with hostility and anger, we're going to look at people around us that, that person's going to hate me, that person wants to kill each other, that person dislikes me, and immediately everyone seems unfriendly. Or do you look around you and you see people that are waiting for an opportunity to do good? Do you look at people and your first impression is that, that person could be someone that's trying to do good? It changes your whole outlook on everything. Dr. Wayne Dyer once said, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. The above phrase is not just a clever play on words, it's actually quite a nice phrase. But when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at really do change. Now let me tell you a following scenario. Okay, just imagine this scene in your dorm. Imagine that you've got your phone in your hand and you're about to go out and it's already nighttime. Okay, I know you have curfew. Imagine there's no curfew. Okay, and imagine the lights go out, the electricity goes out, your whole room goes dark, pitch black. You can't see anything in your room, and you stumble and you accidentally drop your phone and your phone slides somewhere. And then you look around, but it's so dark you can't see where your phone is. You're touching around, you're looking for your phone, and you can't find your phone. And then you look outside and you say, hey, outside the street lamp is on. Along the road, the street lamp is still on. Only a Adventist cord, for some reason the electricity went off. And then you think to yourself, there's light outside, there's no light inside here. So you know what? I'm not going to sit around here, I'm not going to grope in the dark looking for my phone. I'm going to go outside where there is light to look for my phone. So, I'm not sure why you do it, but you leave your dorm, you go outside, and you start looking around under the street light, looking for your phone. Why you look for your phone outside? Because there's light, because you can't see inside the dorm. So then your friend comes along, and your friend asks you, hey, what are you looking for? And you say, oh, I'm looking for my phone. Oh, you dropped your phone? Yeah, I dropped my phone. So two of you start looking around all around the street lamp, behind the bush, near the drain. And after a while, your friend starts to go, did you drop your phone? Yeah, where did you drop your phone? Oh, I dropped my phone inside the dorm. Why are you looking for your phone out here? Oh, because there's light here. There's no light in the dorm. That's why I'm looking out here. Does that make sense to you? No, not at all. And we laugh and we think that's very silly, but sometimes we have a struggle that's inside, but we don't look for a solution inside. We look for a solution outside. Because we think the solution is outside, but actually the trouble is inside. The problem is inside. It's like you're going to a doctor, Let's say you're auntie going to look for a doctor, and you're telling the doctor all of your symptoms. One by one, you tell the doctor your symptoms, and the doctor goes, oh dear, well, you've got a lot of symptoms, huh? And the doctor starts writing a prescription for you. Okay, you need a prescription for this, you need a prescription for that, you need a prescription for that. And then finally, after the fourth or the fifth prescription, the auntie gets up to walk out and says to the doctor, well, I'd like my prescriptions, please, so you can go and get the medication, right? And the doctor says, oh, no. I'm going to give this first prescription to your mother. I'm going to give the next prescription to your neighbor. I'm going to give the next prescription to your son. And the last one, I'm going to give it to your husband. Does that make sense? No. If prescriptions are to work, it needs to be given and the medicine needs to be taken by the patient, not by a relative. So if I'm the one with the struggles and the difficulty, but I'm expecting someone else to change, someone else to take the prescription just to make my life work better, well, that's not going to happen. So that's why the phrase, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at do change. So the way we see the world shapes the way we live in it. Two people can face the same situation. One sees defeat, another person will see opportunity. One person sees hopelessness, and another optimistic person will see, this is God's hand at work. Now imagine you walk into a church building, stained glass, right? The windows that are very beautiful with stained glass. But sometimes when you look at it from outside the church, the stained glass looks very dull. It just looks like a normal piece of glass. It looks dull, dark, doesn't look remarkable at all. But when you go inside the church and you see the sun shining through the same window, you will see that the window bursts into life. Lots of brilliant colors, palettes, and a beauty that you didn't see before because you're standing outside the church. In the same way, our life has challenges that may look dark and meaningless when you view it through our own eyes. But when we look at it through the light of Christ, or we look at it through different eyes, what was once hopeless is transformed into something full of meaning and beauty. Now, if you look at the window, it's the same window. Outside and inside is the same window. It's just which side you're looking at it from. The book of Romans 12 verse 2 says, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you'll be able to test and approve what God's will is, His good and pleasing and a perfect will. So when we fix our eyes on Christ, we start to see life differently. Trials or difficulties no longer look like punishments, but they look like refining fires. They look like a situation that helps us to grow. Weaknesses that we feel really hold us back is no longer a failure, but it's a place where God's strength is made perfect. And delays, maybe you have delays in your life, wasted time, wasted opportunity, but it's not wasted time anymore. It looks like God's preparation for something greater. The way that we look at things may not change, or the things that we look at may not change overnight. Sometimes the things that are bad are still there. It may be an illness, it may be a struggle, it may be unanswered prayer. But when we look at them through the lens of God's promise, they look different. Hope will replace despair, faith will replace fear, and peace can replace anxiety. Now, I want to just take you to one more phrase from Dr. Wayne Dyer. He was helping a group of drug addicts and alcoholics one day. And on the wall of that room, there was a notice placed there. And it said, there are no justified resentments. There are no justified resentments. So no matter what kind of anger comes directed at you, and no matter how much hate you have showing up in your life, and you may feel resentful at the moment, long term, there should be no justified resentments. Meaning that if you carry any resentment inside you about anything or anyone, and I'm talking about maybe the person you lend money to that never paid you back, okay? I'm talking about the person in your life that hurt you very deeply. I'm talking about the person you feel was abusive to you in the past. And the person that you felt hurt you beyond anyone else, or maybe even a person that abandoned you. I'm talking about all those things that you have justified in your heart that you have the right to be resentful about. You have the right. That person really did wrong to you. Now, I'm suggesting to you that these resentments end up in harming yourself and creating a sense of despair. Now, I want to ask you, do people die from snake bites? Do they? I will put it to you, nobody dies from a snake bite. Not like how they die from a shark bite, or not like how they die from a crocodile bite, where it tears you to pieces. The two little puncture wounds from the snake are not going to kill you. It's not the snake bite that kills you. It's the venom from the snake bite that courses through your veins, that continues to eat you up from the inside after the bite, that will end up destroying you. It's not the bite itself. The bite is just two little puncture wounds. Resentments are like that venom. Resentments, and it's up to us whether we want to take the anti-venom, which is to let go of the resentments, or we want to hold on to it. Because if we hold on to the resentments, the venom will continue to corrode us from the inside. Because resentment doesn't punish the person who wronged you. The funny thing is that we're so angry at the person who did wrong to us, we are so resentful for the person, but you know what? The person doesn't even feel it. We are the ones that are feeling it. It poisons our own peace, it poisons our health, physical health, our mental health, and it also poisons our walk with God. So, carrying resentment, I quote a quote apparently from Buddha here. It's also like holding a hot coal, like a hot piece of charcoal. You hold it in your hands, and you want to throw it at someone else, and you keep holding it and holding it. You never end up throwing it, but you want to throw it at someone else, and it keeps burning your hand while you're holding it. Well, the more you do it, the more it burns you, the more it corrodes you on the inside. And no resentment, however much it's justified, is worth the damage that it causes to your soul. I just want to leave you with this verse this morning. Mark 11 verse 25 says, "And when you stand praying, if you hold anything against anyone, forgive him, so that our Father in heaven may forgive us our sins." So when we release resentment, I'm not saying that we excuse the wrong or we pretend the bad didn't happen, but we are just choosing not to let it define us or enslave us, because forgiveness is God's gift to us, because it sets us free.